For our 16th Commander-in-Chief, having a harmonious legislature is essential to having the country of our collective dream. President Tinubu met yesterday with senators and members-elect across different parties in the country and urged them to work together to choose good leaders for both chambers ahead of the inauguration on June 13th. In the meeting held behind closed doors, the #1 citizen remarked that it was imperative for them to eschew partisanship in the discharge of their duties. That's the way to go.
Yes, citizen, and I like the way he spoke. He spoke in a very presidential manner. People thought he would use the occasion to say, oh, these are my candidates, please. I want these people to become presiding officers in the National Assembly. He didn't mention that. It was one of the guys.
Did he disappoint many people?
One of the guys who was there, one of the APC guys said, Mr. President lost an opportunity to... But I said, but it's not you people alone that are there. You don't expect him. He's addressing you people as president of Nigeria, not as president of a party. So he was deliberate in not talking about that. He can, at the level of caucus meeting, he can still call some of you and speak with you, but to go to a general meeting and expect him to be canvassing for particular... In fact, he made the point that, look, vote for your people, your own leaders. Vote your own leaders.
It is your show.
Yes, vote your own leaders. It doesn't mean that behind the scene he will not make moves to ensure that his preferred candidates sail through. But he knows that it's not that kind of event that you go. That was his first meeting, for God's sake, with the lawmakers. You don't go there and start campaigning for some individuals. So, and he said, look, let us work together. We are members of the same family. We are living, he used the analogy, we're living in the same house, but in different rooms. So those political parties represent
the different rooms.
The different rooms. And I think there was a Labour Party member that was really impressed. I said,
yes, from Abia State.
Yes, that the way this man used to speak during the campaigns was not the way he spoke.
This is a different man I'm saying today.
Yes. What people fail to realize was that the way the man was flogging his body during the campaigns would definitely take a toll. This time around is much more relaxed. Those errors that people feasted upon on social media, Bala Blue and the rest, they are gone. When was the last time? So it's not even giving the social media people copies anymore.
Yeah.
All those sound bites that they were feasting on, they are gone. The man, when he speaks now, he's speaking like a completely different person.
Yeah.
You know, you can almost not believe your ears.
Now is President Commander-in-Chief.
Yes, so and the benefit of sufficient rest. You know, as you watch during the campaigns, we'll be ready to do three states in one day and see scheduled meetings right up to 2 a.m. Even we that we are younger, by far, we can't put our bodies through that kind of stress.
That is flogging the body.
Yeah, excessive flogging. You know, no man is a horse now. You know, it's a horse that these jockeys flog every second so that the horse must win the race. You know, you can't do that.
Know, a cynic said horsepower was safe when only horses were using it. But these days, machines and everybody uses a horsepower.
So the important thing is he spoke, he asked for support, and he tried to rally everyone. The Nigerian cause, let's work hard to ensure he's not speaking like... Look at when he spoke to the governors about poverty. You know, he had this meeting with the taxis governor. He said, we have to realize that there is so much poverty in the land. So much poverty. We are in government to address it. And I'm happy, even in the heat of this whole minimum wage palaver, Ashwaju was the first to come out to say, look, the salary, the minimum wage is unrealistic. We have to come up with a new minimum wage that matches the realities on ground.
Maybe taking the rug from the feet of Labour.
That's it. Yes, before they even asked for it, before TUC asked for 200,000 a month, he already said, look, let us work towards it. Let's go and think of what we can do. And that's why some people are already say, this man, is this the same person that we are seeing, fumbling through his speeches during the campaign? And this is a different man.
Yeah.
Calmer, not reading from any text,
off the cuff.
or just speaking of the cuff and making sense.
Yeah.
That's the value. People must realize the value of sufficient rest.
Yeah. Resting the brain.
Because I can see it in him. That benefit of sufficient rest is showing. And when you get into Aso Rock, all of the hangers on that used to disturb you and deny you sleep. When you get into Aso Rock, if your name is not dropped at the gate, you can't see the man. It's much more difficult, and then he and his wife can afford themselves a lot more time than Nigerians previously afforded them.
Okay, then. There's a report about this, Emeka, before I come to you. So let's share this report with you regarding the subject matter. Please watch on.
President Bola Tinubu's Thursday meeting with all newly elected members of the National Assembly remains one of the most topical issues in the polity. Politicians that will constitute the 10th National Assembly across 8 political parties attended the historic meeting. The sole agenda was the need for a rancor-free parliament and a harmonious working relationship between the executive and the legislature. President Bola Tinubu's appeal to the legislators was to support the choice of All Progressives Congress for the 4 presiding offices. At the end of the meeting, the Tajuddin Abbas and Benjamin Kalu Coordinating Group, TBK, applauded Mr. President and all members-elect for the interface. It described the meeting as a game-changer in the presiding offices contest, as it is expected to bring about a positive outcome next Tuesday at the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly. It calls on all members of the 10th House of Representatives to hearken to President Bola Tinubu's clarion call.
He appealed to other parties. He spoke like he wasn't even presidential. It was like a fatherly appeal. He described the parliamentarians in that room like all of us coming from the same mother, but living in 36 different rooms representing the 36 states, but with a common agenda. And he appealed to every lawmaker to join him without compromising the independence and the constitutional responsibility of the parliament to elect a credible leadership that will help to ensure that the necessary legislations are enacted for good governance of the Republic.
The group is also elated about the recent adoption of the APC nominees by more of the geopolitical zones. It says more than 35 members-elect from the southeast have adopted Tajuddin Abbas and Benjamin Kalu.
The lawmakers, about 67 of them that makes up the Northeast caucus, 57 of them were in attendance in the endorsement of Abbas and Tajuddin Abbas and Benjamin Kalu as the preferred candidates for Speaker and Deputy Speaker. And as I speak to you now also, the Southeast caucus, presently in Treasure Hotel, is meeting where majority have also gathered to endorse Abbas and Abbas and Benjamin Kalu as their own consensus candidates. As you can see, over 60% of the zona caucuses have endorsed them.
It is the first time a sitting president will meet with lawmakers-elect from the opposition political parties in a bid to get their buy-in into the ruling party's nominees for the presiding offices of the National Assembly. The outcome of Tuesday's election will show how well the lawmakers-elect assimilated President Bola Tinubu's appeal. Joke Adsa, TVC News, Abuja.
Emeka, so having a vibrant legislature is key in this retooling exercise I talked about.
Yeah.
So what's unfolding is not surprising.
Of course, you need to have a harmonious relationship between the executive and the legislature to enable the process to move, the process of governance to move smoothly. There are a lot of issues, Basic Primarily, there's so much poverty in the land. People are hungry, people cannot eat, people cannot pay house rent. A lot of things are just wrong. So definitely it's not just about earning big allowances and all of that, big salaries. But they must work, this National Assembly must work to make sure that a lot of things are turned around in the country. And that's why there must be harmony. And then I also hope that the governors of the states are watching this cordiality.
Yeah.
So that we don't look at what is happening in Nasarawa State, 2 speakers in a state.
Needlessly.
Needless
governors that are causing this.
needless things. Yes. So
Why do you want to impose your person?
the same governors who are now telling you that, okay, we support so and so person for speaker, for Senate president speaker, in their own states.
Emeka,
Not in many of their states. All is not well.
The governor is an executive, but why does the governor not allow a state legislature to run its own life?
Because they are not secure. How many of these governors, the way some of them even got their tickets, the way some of them even got in,
So
they
is it
stepped
fear
on
of
toes,
the unknown?
they cheated some people.
afraid of their
They
shadows.
disappointed people. So they are afraid of their shadows. But not all governors are. There are governors who are really having it.
Fashionable and so.
Yes, because they are friendly. So it is good for the president, to the way he has started relating with the members of the National Assembly. Because there will be fights. There will be don't think that it will just be all smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with the welfare of these people in National Assembly, then you will know how very combative they can be. But also, there are things that need to be sorted out so that the famed dividends of democracy can get to every Nigerian. There are laws, like Jide said, there are laws that
Because it is possible.
Yes, it is possible. We're even talking about the federal level. If we come down to the states, there are responsibilities that the states ought to have taken over. We are talking of law. Like I was saying before the program, we have sufficient laws in Nigeria that can propel serious governors to make a difference in their states. But what are they waiting for? They're waiting for Abuja.
Jide, not too many Nigerians realize that the president cannot sign a death warrant. Only governors can. That's what the law says. So a governor is as powerful as the center.
Yeah, that is it. So it's just there should be harmony. Also, in terms of electing their leaders, I hope that things will move smoothly so that
They should at least use the power that they have. A governor will never be as powerful as the man in the center, but at least even the powers that they have, let them use the powers that they have.
Yeah.
The powers that they have are enough to make good things happen. Let them use the powers that they have. A lot of the governors are too lazy to think out of the box about how to generate money, for example. Because there's this distributable revenue from the center. Oh, let's go and queue up. States that are so rich in mineral resources, allowing such mineral resources to waste away. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to be given the initiative to do what you have been elected to do. It makes no sense. So all this desire to put the House of Assembly in their pockets. You saw what the governor of Edo did.
Yeah.
Just because he wanted control of the House, he made a generation of lawmakers to suffer.
About 14 of them.
Yeah. From proclamation in the dead of night. Some of them got to the assembly in boxer shorts. Come on. Now in this case, look at the rubbish happening in Nasarawa. One speaker had 13 votes. The other one that the governor is supporting had about, I think, 10 votes or something.
Yeah.
What's
The
wrong
governor
with
wanted
them?
him to.
And of course, the person that the governor is not supporting had more votes than the governor's candidate. The executive shouldn't be getting involved in how these houses pick their speakers. That's meddlesomeness. You don't have to get involved. But you know, what they want is the house permanently in their pocket so that anything that they want, whether they want to collect some loans that are not necessary, with their friend as the speaker, the house will agree. You know? And all of those approvals or even appointments, this and that, the house must always agree.
I wonder if you've, Emeka, I wonder if you've heard this too. In America, they say the opposite of progress is congress, if you understand what I'm saying. So, reverse
and
order.
then the other, I thought you will continue it. You will continue.
If you know,
Congress is what? A gathering of what?
Maybe Jide never know.
I don't understand.
No.
Two people's lingo.
They say the opposite.
I don't understand this lingo.
No, hold on. They say the opposite of progress is
Congress.
And the man say, you mean Congress?
Congress.
To deceive people.
Congress. And then a gathering of a type of animals. It's called... It's called...
Is it the baboons?
I don't know. Kangaroos.
Okay.
All right. I hear this is where we rest anchor, but not before thanking Jide for welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Emeka.
Thank you very much.
So the show ends there.
Is this how you leave me again today?
No. Did we have any agreement?
Okay.
No. So long as you don't go to
We've
court.
always had agreements that you always think you are not obligated to honor.
Let it be last Friday.
Okay.
Remind me.
I will start counting days now.
So that's it. If you missed any part of this show, join us at 11 later tonight for our repeat broadcast. But on Sunday, we expand the field, as always, for you from 1:30 to 3:30. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now.